Force-fed ducks.
Foie Gras sucks! To die!
Humane foie gras.
We got called here.
Story and it's,
Okay, well,
these
go
are
ahead.
hurting my monitor, but I want to point out something. Right here. I just
Give me my sign back. That's what's
my
wrong.
monitor.
Things to protest and you're fucking
Force-fed ducks.
Why don't you go Elon Musk or
Force-fed ducks.
So we're here today. We're doing a home demo at the home of Peter Froese, disgusting animal abuser. Was able to find his address, and we're going to go protest his home because we've been protesting the business for a month now, and they haven't agreed to the foie gras free policy.
We're here today because we asked Peter Froese to stop abusing animals, and he refused. For a month we've been protesting his business, Gander and Ryegrass, and he still won't sign a foie gras free policy. Peter Froese, you and your family are a part of this campaign whether you like it or not. And it will not stop until you do the right thing. Ducks are grabbed by the throat, have tubes shoved down their throats, and are force-fed enormous amounts of food until their livers swell to 10 times their normal size. Their swollen organs press against their lungs, making every breath painful. These animals, who should be swimming free, are crammed into filthy sheds instead because you refuse to stop profiting from their suffering. Foie gras is so cruel it's banned in 15 countries. Peter Froese, you are directly responsible for this abuse. You can end this today, sign the policy, drop foie gras. Do the right thing. Come outside and sign the policy, or keep playing stupid games proving you're an animal abuser. The choice is yours. Force-fed ducks.
Foie Gras sucks!
Force-fed ducks.
Foie Gras sucks!
Force-fed ducks.
Foie Gras sucks!
We called your office several times talking about how Peter is abusing animals. We asked you to talk to Peter to stop the animal abuse, but you refused. Force-fed ducks.
Foie Gras sucks!
Force-fed ducks.
Foie Gras sucks!
Humane foie gras is alive.
Ducks do not want to die!
Humane foie gras is alive.
Ducks do not want to die!
Humane foie gras is alive.
Ducks do not want to die!
Murchie with the Spokane Police.
Okay.
So we got called here. I'm gonna go talk to them and then I'll talk to you.
Yeah, that sounds good. We have a policy. If they want to sign it, we'll be gone.
Yeah, okay. Let me talk to them, I'll make contact with them, then I'll make contact with you, and there's the only thing that comes into play would be
I have a job. I work full time. I have a job.
First Amendment and your freedom of speech is protected by the Constitution. Everything's all good. I'll tell you right now, the megaphones are pushing the limits, so I will research that.
Okay.
But I wouldn't stop you from exercising your First Amendment.
Sure.
rights.
I appreciate that.
So I'm going
Thank
to go
you.
make contact with them. And
All right.
We'll have a conversation.
All right, cool.
Force-fed ducks.
Foie Gras sucks!
Force-fed ducks.
Foie Gras sucks!
Humane foie gras is alive.
Ducks do not want to die!
Humane foie gras is alive.
Ducks do not want to die!
Hi. They obviously they don't want you here, but obviously you're on the public side of it, so I'll stop you from that. I am going to contact the city attorney about the megaphones.
Okay.
So if I tell you to stop with the megaphones, are you willing to
Yes,
stop?
we're completely willing to
Okay.
stop. We'll put the megaphones and resort to voice.
Because I can tell you so based on what the city noise rules are, is that's amplified music, audible over 50 feet or across property lines.
Okay.
So that does violate the noise ordinance.
Okay.
So I would ask you right now to stop with the megaphones.
We're going to stop the megaphones.
What I would also do too is not, actually the noise law requires me to ask you anyway.
Okay.
So I do appreciate it.
Yeah, no problem.
And but what I'm also going to do is I'm going to call the city attorney right now to make sure that I am following the law. And really, it's the Constitution I want to follow.
Yeah.
Because trust me, whatever sides of any argument there are, my only goal is to protect your guys' amendment, your guys' right to protest, but also their right to live in peace.
Sure.
Right? You see, I'm trying to balance this. So we got called here, and now so we are. So that's
Okay.
what I'm going to do. So I'm going to go make a phone call to the city attorney. I'm
Okay.
not telling you guys to stop. You understand that you're on public
Hey,
property.
thanks for your
obviously.
professionalism and your respect for
Thank
the
you.
Constitution.
Thank
You
you.
know, a lot of people sacrificed a lot.
Well, I'd like to think 20 years ago I raised my right hand and swore an oath to it. Actually, it was a lot longer than that when I joined the military. So obviously you guys know what you're doing. You know you're supposed to stay on private property. I assume we're not
going to go on their property.
Not going on any property. No acts of vandalism. No acts of violence. Right.
Correct.
That's where police attention will be drawn.
Okay.
Does that sound fair?
Sounds fair.
Okay, thank
Yep.
you guys.
Force-fed ducks.
Foie Gras sucks!
Force-fed ducks.
Foie Gras sucks! Okay, it's recording.
We're here today because we asked Peter Froese to stop abusing animals. For a month, we protested his business, Gander and Ryegrass, and he still won't sign a foie gras free policy. Peter Froese, you and your family are part of this campaign, whether you like it or not, and it will not stop until you do the right thing. Ducks are grabbed by the throat, they have tubes shoved down their throats, and they're force-fed enormous amounts of food until their livers swell up to 10 times their normal size. Their bodies can't handle it. They struggle to breathe, their swollen organs press against their lungs, making every breath painful. These animals, who should be swimming free, are crammed into filthy sheds instead because you refuse to stop profiting from their suffering. Foie gras is so cruel it's banned in 15 countries. Peter Froese, you are directly responsible for this abuse. You can end this today, sign the foie gras free policy, drop foie gras. Do the right thing, come outside and sign the policy, or keep playing stupid games and proving yourself an animal abuser. The choice is yours.
Ducks do not want to die!
Humane foie gras is a lie.
Ducks do not want to die!
Humane foie gras is a lie.
Ducks do not want to die!
Humane foie gras is a lie.
Ducks do not want to die!
Peter Froese has blood on his hands.
Peter Froese has blood on his hands!
Peter Froese has death on his hands.
Peter Froese has death on his hands!
There's no excuse.
For animal abuse!
Profit is not an excuse.
For animal abuse!
A night out is not an excuse.
For animal abuse!
Hedonism's not an excuse.
For animal abuse!
Peter, hey Peter, how are you doing today? Are you having a good day? Force-fed ducks.
Foie Gras sucks!
Peter Froese has blood on his hands.
Peter Froese has blood on his hands!
Peter Froese has death on his hands.
Peter Froese has death on his hands!
Peter Froese has blood on his hands.
Peter Froese has blood on his hands!
Peter Froese doesn't care if we protest outside his family's house. Peter Froese has blood on his hands.
Peter Froese has blood on his hands!
Peter Froese is an animal abuser.
Peter Froese's an animal abuser!
Peter Froese's an animal murderer.
Peter Froese's an animal murderer!
Peter Froese has blood on his hands.
Peter Froese has blood on his hands!
Force-fed ducks.
Stop talking that when I'm around.
Okay.
Then maybe you should go the other way.
I'm trying to go to the bookstore and it's
Okay, well,
you guys
go
are
ahead.
hurting my monitor, but I wanted to point out something. Right here. I just
Give me my sign
Oh my
back.
god,
That's
my
assault.
monitor.
Give me my fucking sign back.
Okay, I'm just
That's
saying, you
fine.
guys
You
know
got
the
nothing
3
else to
restaurants
do.
right
Why
here?
don't you come
Served
back
up.
here and do something?
The ones across the street also served up.
So many things to protest and you're fucking
Force-fed ducks.
Why don't you go Elon Musk or
Force-fed ducks. That's not a bad idea. Force-fed ducks, but hey, this place abuses animals.
I don't need it.
Yeah. So you're vegan? You're a vegan like us? Force-fed ducks.
Foie Gras sucks!
Force-fed ducks.
Foie Gras sucks!
Force-fed ducks.
Ready.
Quack, quack, we're back. Peter Froese, you have been abusing animals for far too long. Your denial to sign a foie gras free policy leads ducks to suffer unnecessarily. You are directly responsible for egregious animal abuse. There's no excuse to abuse these animals. Sign the foie gras free policy and we will resign from this campaign. Otherwise, we'll be here at your house protesting until you do. Force-fed ducks.
Foie Gras sucks!